What's up, guys? Yes, Mechanic here. Today we are playing Osiris in the solo lane once again in the solo lane A through Z series. So we're gonna be starting off with the Death's Toll boots 1, and we'll go 4 pots and 2 multi potions because I believe I am against either an Amuzin Cobb or a Chang'e. Yeah, that's who I think it will be, or it could be. Yeah, if it's Amuzin Cobb solo, I imagine it's going to be, or if it's Chang'e solo, I think it's going to be a Medusa mid. But if it's Amuzin Cobb solo, of course, it will probably be the Chang'e in the middle lane. But we'll just have to see how this composition goes. They may be in a... Okay, they're not in a clan together, so I don't know if they're in a party or not. But we do need to make sure to be careful and to be ready for anything. So I'm just going to starting off with the 1 so I can get a bit more physical mitigations. And actually, I can stop... I'll just stop at 5 here. There we go. And then I'll walk over to the speed buff with the Ratatosker. And hopefully we can clear this up pretty quickly. I believe he's rushing the acorn. Yeah, he is. Trying to get that online quick because it does give you a lot of movement speed as well as a good passive. Actually, a really good passive. And a lot of damage. A really strong item, of course. Ratatosker, he's the only guy in the game who can build that item. It's part of his passive, so having a strong item in that place is really, really beneficial for him. And it's one of the reasons why he's so strong right now. Not the only reason, but definitely one of them, because there's a lot of things that make Ratatosker such a strong god right now, in my opinion. Alright, we're going to kill the speed buff pretty quick. There we go, and we'll move over to the mana buff. I'm just going to pull it out for my teammate. And we should be able to tank this, or take this out pretty quickly. Okay, and we're going to go to the lane and clear it out and then just go to the fire minions, of course. Okay, it looks like we're going to be against Chang'e. Oh my gosh, are we going to kill Chang'e if I wouldn't have missed my 1? But it actually looks like we're going to be able to get her. Good job for my Ratatosker. Fenrir couldn't even do anything there, so just a good play from him. And yet it's going to be the Medusa mid as predicted. There we go. I'm actually going to go back to the solo lane instead of going to the mid harpies because, yeah, it looks like my teammate is going to try and get some kills anyway. Or get a kill, I mean. He went for the gank. Looks like he didn't end up with a kill or anything, but looks like the Raijin was actually taken out by the Fenrir, which is too bad. Ooh, I missed the 2. Have to back off a little bit here. Let's see. What does she have? Okay, she went for the soul stone. Alright. I have a level him to my 3 now. Alright, she's pretty low. Although I do need to be careful because I'm not too healthy myself. But I do have a few more pots than her. Alright. Looks like she's going to use her invincibility. I'm actually just going to go for the ultimate here. And I'm going to be able to get the kill. And we're going to get another kill in this lane, which is awesome. Ratatosker, of course, getting the first kill. And we're going to have a pretty good time now, I believe. Pick up the warrior Tabi. Chang'e, as she falls behind, especially against a lane bully like Osiris, is not going to have a very strong performance in the solo lane. So we are definitely taking advantage of that. I'm going to go and teleport to the lane so I can go for the fire minions here. And then probably set up for the mana buff. I do have a ward to, of course, deal with that. And oops, I am going to miss that minion with my scythe. Ooh, Raijin could be in some trouble here. We do have Ratatosker in the air, however, and I'm going to try and get over here and help him out. And actually, this should be a Fenrir kill. Yeah, that's going to be a Fenrir kill for us. Okay, Ymir's coming in, so we're not going to be able to get the gank off. But we did get that kill, which is very nice. So we now have 2 kills and an assist as well. And actually, hold on. Ratatosker needs to be careful here with the Ymir. Tell my teammate to be careful. Although Ymir... Okay, actually, here's the Chang'e, who is level 5. But here comes the Raijin. And there it is. He's going to be able to get the kill. Great job from Raijin. And we're going to be able to take out the speed buff with the Ratatosker and then go to our mana buff. However, I don't think we're going to be able to stop this Chang'e from going for a mana buff, since it's just a bit better for us to go for the mana buff here. Yeah, there's the Fenrir. Just going for our own is going to allow us to, of course, get the buff, and it's going to allow Ratatosker to get some XP and gold from it as well. Alright, I'm just going to stand back here for now because the Fenrir is, of course, here. I'm going to have to lose away to the tower, but that's not too bad. And actually, I could take out these archers. Oops, didn't mean to use the last hit of my chain, but that's completely fine. It looks like they're... Okay, she didn't actually go for the mana buff yet. I thought she did, but it looks like they're doing it with the Ymir now. Enemy spotted. They're all on the right side of the map in the jungle. It looks like only Chang'e is rotating back to this lane. Oops, I'm gonna miss. She used her dash a bit, or her invincibility a bit too early there. I want to dive, but she has her ultimate. She'll probably just go back to base here, yeah. She has the teleport back up, though, so she's going to be able to get back pretty quickly. However, I'm pretty well off right now, and I should still be able to have an advantage in this lane. Okay, I'm going to go for the fire minions now. Let's see what she has. Okay, she just went for the boots now. Picking up her a little bit of penetration, as well as some movement speed, and of course the power that it gives. So she is going to do a bit more damage to us, so we do need to be worrisome of that. Oops, I missed the scythe. We have a little bit of desync with our basics. Okay, I'm going to go back to base now. And teleport back in, and I'll probably actually go for the Pestilence next. Get a bit of magical protection. Actually, a lot of magical protection. As well as it's going to give me the anti-heal, which is good against Chang'e. Okay. She's going to be able to time her invulnerability correctly this time. I'm not going to be able to take advantage of that, unfortunately. But it looks like the enemy team is going for the Gold Fury, and I think they just got it for free. Yeah, they did. However, it looks like my team's going to try and get this Medusa when she's trying to go back to base. And it looks like they are going to pick up that kill. Great job from them, at least getting something out of that. Alright, let's see where Chang'e is over here. Okay, actually she's in the middle lane. And the team's going really deep for this Fenrir. Not quite sure if they can actually get him. Yeah, Ratatosker's way on their side of the map. Well, I don't think Chang'e can kill him, but we'll go and see if we can catch her out. Ooh, actually, Ymir's going to cut us off. And Amazakov should be dead here. If Ymir can bait well enough, we could end up getting someone else to chase over here as well. I do have my ultimate available, of course. But I think we should just retreat, although it looks like Ymir's going to get in some trouble. Yeah, a good wall from the enemy team. Yeah, he's going to be taken out. But we are going to be able to secure our buffs as well as to steal their damage buff away. Wait, hold on. It looks like the Medusa's just going to go into the middle lane. Let's see what Raijin has. Doesn't seem to be stacking. Although he is clearing the wave pretty quickly, so the stacking issue is not even going to be a thing anyway. Fenrir was here as well. Wasn't expecting him to be there. I thought it was just going to be the Medusa because I didn't know he was over here the whole time. But we're not going to be able to steal those mid-harpies away. But we should be fine. I'm going to be able to take the fire minions, and I'm going to clear this wave and then go for my mana buff. Actually, you know what? I can go for her mana buff here. The Chang'e. Actually, Fenrir is going to be over here. I guess they took it then. I'm going to ult away because the Fenrir ulted. And could have probably fought for a little bit there and waited for my teammates to come in because the Raijin and the Ratatosker were baiting to come in. But with the Fenrir there, or with his ultimate available, I mean, there's no way I would have been able to survive, unfortunately. They would have just brought me into the tower range, which would have ended up killing me. Okay, I think Raijin could be... Nope, looks like Ratatosker is going to be in some trouble. Yeah, he's going to die to the Fenrir. Actually, no, he's going to die to the Chang'e. I could actually... No, I'm not going to be able to take out that Ymir. He didn't move up quite far enough, and I guess the Chang'e heal was enough to give him a little bit. I'm actually going to wait for the Raijin here. It's building stacks now. I guess that's the Book of Thoth then? Or, no, he has the Doom Orb. I thought he had the start for the Book of Thoth earlier, but I guess not. We're going to go for the Pestilence now, and let's see. We're going to need a meditation. Although I want to get the... No. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the meditation. I want to go for the curse just because I'm against the Chang'e, but I think the meditation is going to be a bit more useful, and I do have the Pestilence available, so it's not going to... Actually, hold on. We're going to have to teleport here, unfortunately. I didn't want to have to use it, but we're going to lose too much if we did not teleport, or we would have lost too much. All right. There we go. We're going to be able to take out the Chang'e. I didn't use my my basic attack cancels very well there, but we still ended up getting the kill, which is fine. Put a ward right here. And I'm actually going to try and take out this tower, I believe. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. It's like the Ratatosker could be in some trouble with the Fenrir coming in behind him after they killed the Raijin. He went really deep. I think he's just trying to get away right now and try and kill the Medusa at the same time. I think he's going to go down for that, though. That was really, really far. He did get his dash off, but Fenrir should have his leap very soon. Actually, no, he's just a bit too quick for the Fenrir. Of course, you get a bit of an extra movement speed from the Acorn. And it looks like that came in handy. He was able to get away from the Fenrir in time, although it looks like he's getting chased under the tower now, but the Ymir's right behind Fenrir. Let's see what the... Okay. I want to try and harass them a little bit, but it's going to be tough with the Ymir here. Okay, well, I'm just going to go back to base. Actually, hold on. I'm not going to go back to base quite yet. I just realized I could get enough from my Frostbound very soon, so I'm just going to wait for that. And I think Fenrir's coming over here as well with the Chang'e. So we're going to be a bit careful here to make sure we don't get pulled by the Fenrir ultimate, although I do believe it's down, so maybe that wouldn't have been a huge issue.
Enemy missing right. Be careful,
Tell my team to be careful middle. I believe she's going for the back camps into the speed buff, but they do need to be careful because they're going really, really deep here, so she does have time to rotate. And actually, no, she's going to just go for the speed buff by herself, and she's going to rotate back to the soul lane. And we may be able to get another kill here. We'll see. Looks like she's starting to stay back a little bit, though. She's going to time the Judgment tether correctly this time. Oh, that was a really good bait or juke from her. We are still going to be able to kill her, though. Oops. Thought I was going to kill her in the basic attack before, the one that I missed, so I just kind of backed off of her so I could kill the minions right after. But we killed her a bit slower, but we still got the kill. 4-0-2 right now. Score is 19-7, and we're going to be able to get the middle tower now. And I'm actually going to see if I can get the back camps. And, ooh, almost a cup getting pushed in by the Ratatosker. This is, yeah, that was too deep. He's just going to be blown up whenever the team spawned and end up dying. But it looks like the Gold Fury is going to be taken by my team. Since they did get the last one, this is going to help us out a lot. I'm going to go back to base now and pick up that Frostbound Hammer. As well as I'm going to start going into, let's see, against their team. They have 2 hunters. I want to go mid Guardian Male or Hide of the Nemean Lion. I think it's going to be Hide of the Nemean Lion this game. Because although Chang'e's damage is going to be good, I think it's not going to be as big as like a big burst mage that they could have instead of her. So I think I'm pretty much safe going for the Nemean Lion over the mid Guardian Male for just the extra HP. So I'm going to try and play around that. And I think I'll get the most out of this. And let's see. Is she stealing the... No, she's not stealing the speed buff. And they just got dove so hard. Okay, I do have the teleport available. I think yeah, I'm going to use it right here. Okay, never mind. The Raijin... Oh, Raijin didn't get her. She's right there, but that's okay. I thought she was going to go this way, so I was trying to cut off her option, but she kept going straight. But that's okay, because I'm going to be able to ward their jungle, and I believe that's just Chang'e going back to base. Yeah, she's going back to base. Alright. We're going to make sure my team knows that she has returned back to the base, and we're going to clear out this wave and then probably go into their jungle. You can get some of those buffs. My team's just going to push out the left side. Okay, let's move in here now. I believe... Did she take her mana buff? No, okay, it's just spawned. Okay, we do have to be careful, though, because they are at the speed buff right now. There we go. Oh, no. Now we have to... Now we're in some trouble. Be careful over here. But we do have the Apollo coming in. And there it is, the kill from Apollo. We should be able to get the kill on Chang'e as well here. That's going to be some good kills for us, as with the Apollo, of course, coming in. And he should be able to attack the right tower here. I'm just going to go for the mid-harpies. Oh, and I do have the meditation here, actually. Let's see if the Apollo can get her. And that's going to be the kill. Apollo's so strong right now. What is he at? 8, 2, and 3. Okay, there you go. There you go. There's Apollo's strength. That's where it's coming from. All those kills, and that's going to be the surrender. A good game for my team, and we've played well in our lane, of course, as well. I mean, we were against a Chang'e, and she died at level 2, so... I mean, it wasn't really the most difficult lane matchup, but... we were still able to get a lot of kills, and we were able to get tanky enough to deal with 2 members of the enemy team at once. And then at the end of the game there, whenever we were fighting them, the Apollo was able to come in and snatch up the kills and keep us alive. So we're going to say GG. Alright, let's look at our player damage. I imagine it was actually pretty high, although we didn't move too much around. Yeah, we did 9,700 damage. The only person topping us on our team was 13k coming from Rod Tosker. And actually, yeah, we were the second most in the game. Osiris tends to have a lot of damage early on in the game because he does a lot of poke, but against targets like Chang'e, you don't get as much poke off as against other gods, like other warriors, because they're a lot squishier, so they die faster. So we just ended up having a great game there. She probably should have went Dynasty Plate Helm to stay alive a bit better. I really like Dynasty Plate Helm, and I think it's really good on Chang'e and Breastplate of Valor, or I guess you could get it earlier, but to get the combination between Breastplate of Valor and Dynasty Plate Helm would have been really nice for Chang'e to keep her alive. And we were level 18. So was Apollo. Man, we were so far ahead. That was just a good game. So, anyway, guys, actually, before we go into our ending here, we're going to look at the build. And, anyway, as I was saying, I was going to go into the Nemean line instead of going for the mid-Guardian Male because I didn't think that damage from Chang'e and Ymir was really going to be enough to really warrant going for that over the Nemean line, which I thought would be really good against Almuz Cobb and Medusa, mostly the Almuz Cobb. He also didn't even pick up any sustain early on in the game. The Medusa, of course, was going the no boots build, so she was going to have the sustain from Dev's Gloves, but we did have some anti-healing from Pestilence, so she'd have a tough time against us. But anyway, after that, I probably would have went into a winged blade to deal with all the slows that they had in their team, which they had quite a few of, especially in the late game team fights. They would have had the Almuz and Cobb, as well as the Ymir, which would be the two most notable slows and the most annoying ones. And then the Chin Sais, because damage is always fun to play around with, especially the Chin Sais on a warrior like Osiris, who gets so much out of his basic attacks. Yeah, that just feels good. But anyway, guys, sorry that I didn't have a video yesterday. I just really couldn't get any good gameplay, honestly. Yesterday, I played a bunch of games, but could never get a good game where one of my teammates didn't DC or something. So this time around, the servers seem to be working okay, so we're going to have a good game. And yeah, so this has been ES McGann. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.